Good afternoon. Well, day one here yesterday, we had 43 of a possible 44 frames. It was a thrilling day of snooker, and I'm sure the players will do their best today to match that. Here is Luca Brecel, still enjoying, I'm sure, being introduced as world champion, but he needs to start playing like the world champion. It's not been the most productive start to the campaign. Maybe things will change here in York.
Luca Brecel, Mark J. Williams, J. Trump, Ronnie O'Sullivan, Mark Selby, Joe Higgins.
Well, not the best of starts to the match. Brecel catching the blue full in the face from the break-off shot. And this is a tough match. Yuan Sijun has a reputation for beating a lot of big names. And indeed, to qualify, he beat the former world champion, Ken Doherty. And in those qualifiers, he won 2 matches. He made 5 centuries. So he's coming here in good form, looking to land a big scalp.
Так матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму.
And we've seen many times, Alan, the break-off shot can be the most important shot in the frame.
Yeah, very much so, Dave. Good afternoon to everyone. Very much looking forward to seeing this latest episode of World Champion trying to get his season underway. It's been a poor one so far, as far as ranking events go. And yeah, poor start that. Yuan Sijun, like I think Luca once was, a wild card player, very dangerous. And good to see him back playing like we know he can. Terrific talent. It's about time he started making inroads as far as getting towards the top 32 in the rankings. He's got the talent.
That's gone wrong. Yeah, he had some really good wins early in his career, but he actually dropped off the tour 2 years ago. Got on immediately back for the Q school. So now it's about just trying to find some consistency. He's been a quarter-finalist already this season at the Northern Ireland Open. There we go, with the rest on top of the spider. So Brecel's break-off didn't cost him too much in the end. A lot of excitement, of course, still quite rightly about Brecel. We saw those images before the match began of the final. I mean, it was one of the great finals, I think. And one of the great stories, the way he made all those comebacks and won all those close matches to become the first player from continental Europe to become world champion. You can understand him enjoying the summer and enjoying the fruits of his labours, but he has lost a little bit of pace, I think, with some of the other players. He was pretty rusty, I thought, at the International Championship. Mark Davis beat him there, and then he was completely outplayed, most recently the Champion of Champions, by Barry Hawkins, who beat him 4-0. It's a rare company that he could join if he were to win this tournament, to do the double in the same year, the World and the UK Championship. These are the players who've done it: Steve Davis, John Parrott, Stephen Hendry, John Higgins, Ronnie O'Sullivan and Mark Selby. So that would be some list, wouldn't it, to join?
Touching ball.
Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as to say Luca's taken his eye off the ball this season, but he's obviously had quite a bit to deal with. Being the new world champion and all that goes with it. But it's time now to get back to business. He's first and foremost a snooker player. That's what he's got to focus his mind on as the second half of the season is sort of getting underway now. Lots of tournaments to get into now. Will this be a free ball? Yeah, lots of tournaments to get into, but he's got start here. This is a big match, this. Yeah, I know he's got loads of ranking points in the satchel, of course, with the World Championship. Lots of other good performances, but time waits for no man. You end up dropping off fairly quickly. You've got to keep on it.
Yeah, the Players Series, which is based on the one-year list, is in real terms is 74th on that one-year list. Top 32 getting the World Grand Prix, so things need to turn around. If he loses this match, of course, he gets no points. Just one meeting between them, and it was a while ago now, back in 2014 actually, when Yuan Sijun was a young wildcard in the China Open. Brecel won 5-2, but I mean Yuan Sijun was 14 then, so it didn't really come into it.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open. Перший раунд кваліфікації. Тож на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Вафейн, Марк Джой, Джон Кейхіл, Лука Берцель, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Ронні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стів Хендрі.
I'd say a shaky start by Luca, but doesn't look as sharp as I've seen him in the past. So here's the first chance of a distance pot with a bit of potential in terms of scoring. Big shot this.
Так, матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму.
Yes, he played well in the qualifiers. Yuan Sijun was 3-0 down to Alexander Ursenbacher, who's a very dangerous player in his own right. Beat him 6-5, and then against the experience of Ken Doherty, he made 3 centuries. He didn't let Ken sort of wrestle him into a safety battle. He broke free of that. He was very fluent.
Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі.
But it's a step up, of course, to come here.
Вихід на чорний шар.
Qualifies to this great arena. Just 2 tables, all eyes on you against the world champion. So, be interesting. He's got another chance here to get going. How he equips himself today.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 104-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open. Перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Вафейн, Марк Джой, Джон Кехіл, Лука Берцель, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Роні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стів Хендрі, Енді Хікс.
Yeah, just to touch on that ranking points thing, I think there's definitely a feeling a bit like the Crucible itself,
40,
where the qualifiers come here. They've taken care of that side of things. So there's no thought, no pressure.
Грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму.
Playing for
15.
Points. Rankings are important to players like Yuan Sijun trying to make his way firmly in the 64 and they push for a 32 spot. He's only playing for 5,000 points today. Whereas Luca's playing for 15,000. As I say, he's got plenty in the bank, but it's a bit easier mentally on the qualifier. Just got the black in the open. This has become a good chance to get the first frame.
Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі.
Yuan Sijun 21.
Вихід на
That
чорний
Luca
шар.
perhaps needs early on in this match to get his arm flown. The odd mistake by Yuan be gratefully accepted.
But he misses it immediately. There's no doubt, and it's a good problem to have because it means you're the world champion, but there's no doubt he's under greater scrutiny. And of course, some world champions have already been multiple winners of other tournaments. It's almost felt natural that they would become world champion. They're used to the big time. This match a year ago may have been on the second table, not the main feature. Now, every time he plays, there's attention on him. And if you're already struggling for results, clearly that the pressure's going to magnify.
Так, і Девіс виграє перший фрейм і веде в цьому матчі з рахунком 1-0. Так, початок другого фрейму.
Yeah, we can forgive that. It wasn't easy then. Should have got it, yeah, but now Luca. Trend, an early trend in any match of making silly mistakes. There's another. Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? World champion and all that goes with it, but Luca will know, as David said, everyone's watching him, everyone's scrutinising. How's he playing? How's he handling it? Does he look the same player he did 6 months ago? Yeah. He's mystified, as we all are, missing that sort of shot.
One.
Makes it worse, it comes off the back of 2 misses from his opponent, who now has another chance in this frame. He started at a young age, just 10. But that's not knocking balls around, that's actually proper stuff in academies and learning the rudiments, but also
15
kind of drilled and Learning, winning and losing, all that stuff. He was helped, as a lot of the Chinese players have been, by getting to play as a wildcard in ranking events at a young age, getting a taste of it, coming up against big names. He beat Sean Murphy in one of the wildcard rounds back in 2017.
22.
This has gone quite awkward to avoid the cannon and the position.
23.
Decent job of it though. So the black for 59. A bit of work to do.
Black would mean that Brecel could only tie the frame. 5 reds, 5 blacks.
Yuan Sijun 38.
Серед огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open. Перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Вафейн, Марк Джой, Джим Кехіл, Лука Бrecel, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Ронні Садін, Марк Селві, Джо Хіггінс, Стівен Хендрі, Andy Hicks,
Just resting
David
on
Gilbert,
the cushion there. It looked very much like it was going over the pocket, so that's worth noting.
Так матч грається з 7 фреймів.
This is a half chance though for Luca. The 3 reds moving, bound to have some sort of shot on the black, so got to get the pot here, get the pot, you never know. No, doesn't look sharp, does he?
Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу, вихід на розовий шар. Так, дальній удар Девіса. Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
Foul. Yuan Sijun 4.
Well, things are not getting any better for the world champ. He needs Snooker to tie, 2 to win.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open.
Why he's flirting with the blue here, I just don't know. I really don't know. You've got to spot that. You can't play that shot and have any chance of knocking the blue in. Yeah, you should know better, but you should have known better 30 seconds ago. Just small things like that. You've got to nail these things down as a player.
David Gilbert. Так, матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму.
Yeah, this time it's not so bad, the blues. Away from the pocket.
Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу. Вихід на розовий шар. Так, дальній удар Девіса.
I think with Brecel, he played so well at that World Championship, it's like people expect him to turn that on all the time, which is not possible, of course.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
But it's got to be said, Yuan Sijun has not exactly closed this frame down. The crowd enjoyed that one, didn't they? Yeah, he needs blacks, of course, at the moment. He could have won 4-point snooker to tie. A potted one.
Так, і Девіс виграє перший фрейм і веде в цьому матчі з рахунком 1-0. Так, початок другого фрейму.
Yeah, I think with Luca in some ways it's almost shades of Judd Trump in 2019 when he lifted the world title. Everyone expected on the back of the performance in the final against John Higgins that we're going to get more of the same. You cannot sustain that sort of level for any period of time. There's going to be a downside. So you've got to set your stall out, I think, to expectations and all that. It's not easy. I'm not saying I've never been in the position, but as world champion, right, okay, let's park that. Let's just forget about being world champion. Let's be a snooker player. Sure thing, have your 2 or 3 months in the summer, you enjoy it, do some nice things, absolutely. But when it comes time for business, get back on it. Think of the great champions like the Henrys, and I know it was 33 years ago. You get a sense from someone like Stephen, who's really remotely interested in winning the world title after he won it. I want another one. I think that was his mantra.
Yeah, I mean, he's still disappointed he didn't win the 8th. It's that final to Ebden in a decider. Most people will be happy with 7, you would think, but that's the mentality, isn't it? So that surely ends this frame. Nothing of any cheer for Brecel in it. He had a few chances. He missed a couple of pots in succession. By the time he potted one, he needed snookers. He's coming back to the table, but 64 behind with 51 on. The only concern, and it is very early, it's only frame one, is that Yuan Sijun hasn't exactly excelled himself. I mean, he made a 38 break, but he missed a few when he had chances. But despite that, Brecel couldn't take advantage.
Remember the following day he went to a tournament in the holiday camp in North Wales. First day as world champion in an 8-man tournament that he'd already agreed to play in. He won that as well, incidentally. Like he did most other things the following season. The point is, I think, gone on holiday soon after, yes, and enjoyed it. And the golf club's out, all that sort of stuff, and then get back to business, and it was all business.
Yeah, this is not a frame he's going to look back on it with any fondness. He has conceded it. So after 27 minutes, it was pretty scrappy stuff. Yuan Sijun takes the opening frame. Luca Brecel needs to already pull his socks up here as he attempts to reach round 2 in York. Now, of course, there's 2 matches on, and Zhang Anda, the latest ranking event winner, won that stunning victory in the International Championship. He's up against Elliot Slesser. 1-0 so far to Slesser, who won an extraordinary match with David Lilly. He's a good friend from the northeast. In the final qualifying round, at one point, David Lilly was he's potting the green off his spot, screwing back for the next red. Potted the green, and as he played the shot, his chalk fell out of his pocket onto the table. The cue ball came right over the top of it, and that's a foul. Kind of summed up his evening. Nothing really went for him after that. So Elliot Slesser, it is, who takes his place here, and he has won the opening front. You can watch, of course, the second table live throughout the championship on Discovery Plus. Zhang Anda, it's slightly different to Luca, but he's having to adjust to something new, and that's being a seed, being a top 16 player. But I get the feeling he played so well in that international championship that he will settle down to that new position pretty quickly.
David Gilbert.
So Yuan Sijun 1-0 up on Luca Brecel, and on table 2, Elliot Slesser 1-0 up on Zhang Anda, who is, of course, the seeded player there, having won that international championship. And, an extraordinary run he was on. Of course, he got to the English Open final as well, nearly won that, but he drew the positives from that run and played outstandingly well in Tianjin, made a maximum in the final. And he's now looking to level that match with Elliot Slesser. It's live on Discovery Plus with Philip Studd and Dominic Dale in commentary. And, well, a couple more reds needed. It could be a big old break as well that he makes here. But as for Brecel, well, that first frame was a bit of a shocker, really. Needs to feel an early chance in the next frame to just settle down, get some table time. Early days we saw yesterday, a couple of matches that we knew the script in, and they all turned around. Mark Allen, Noppen Senkam, Corin Wilson, all in front, all were beaten. The winner, by the way, of this match will play the winner of the Zhang Anda Elliot Slesser match in the last 16.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс
Yuan Sijun
58-й.
returns.
І грається турнір Ірландія Open. Перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грають Хусейн Мафейн,
Thank you. The second
Марк
frame.
Джой, Джим
Yuan
Кехіл,
Sijun.
Лука Берцель, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Ронні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо
Another big
Хіггінс,
crowd
Стів
in
Хендрі,
Barbican in York today for day 2 of the UK
Henry
Championship
Hicks.
final stages, and they're watching the world champion Luca Brecel against Yuan
David
Sijun, who leads
Gilbert.
1-0. Best of 11 for a place in the last 16.
Так, матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму. Так, Марк Девіс забуває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу. Вихід на розовий шар. Так, дамо Марк Девіса. Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
This would be quite a testing shot for Luca if he plays the conventional safety shot. Must get to bulk. Unsteady so far. Get the feeling he doesn't want to play it. But he doesn't want to show weakness either and go cushion first and rest in the pack. See, Luca would see that as a sign of not weakness, but it's like telling your opponent, I don't really want to play the difficult safety shot, and your opponent would pick up on that.
Так, і Девіс виграє перший фрейм і веде в цьому матчі з рахунком 1-0.
Looking for a plant. Got it.
Так, початок
Yeah, well
другого
worked
фрейму.
out. I suppose if you fancy it, you go all guns blazing, as is the look away, and what a leave. Might that spark him.
Well, anyone having a sort of Sunday afternoon snooze was woken up by this one, weren't they? And he deserved to be on something, and he is. So this could be his chance now to get going. Memories there of the spring when he brought his unique style of snooker to the Crucible. It's hard to say which was the best performance. They were all good, weren't they? Every round. Ricky Walden in the decider in the round 1. Mark Williams was a tough one. Of course, Ronnie from 10-6 down. C.J. Wee from 14-5 down and
8.
held off Mark Selby in the final. Already here, he's not quite ideal, is he? He's put himself under some early pressure.
Yeah, blue not quite on the spot. Worth bearing in mind. Quite an awkward one, this. Good pot. Not the best leave. Still got a choice. Maybe a couple. But red and bulk there is not that easy. It's the type of shot that could, again, I know the plant, sparkling shot, but this would be a feel-good shot if he can knock it in. Very good. Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah, he's recovered the position well, so now just try and keep control and just get a nice break going, get involved in this match. Of course, he was runner-up here 2 years ago, but he actually reached the quarterfinals on his debut back in 2012 in the final stages. Lost to Sean Murphy. He had some good wins over Peter Ebden, Ricky Walden, Mark King, all experienced players.
18.
travelling. As again, I thought a feature was when at Sheffield, the cue ball
21.
was a wee bit wrong again. Yeah, you just can't lay it on a button. That's what happens when you have to keep recycling the break. That's 2 greens, deep screws down this end. This time it goes wrong. Doesn't have anything easy, far from it. I thought the World Championship, his cue ball was brilliant. When he got in, you thought game over, 9 times out of 10. At the moment, he's sort of chasing his tail, as it were, with a cue ball. And that puts pressure on you.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because if they keep going in, you think, wow, this is barnstorming stuff. But if you break down, it's the opposite. You think, well, what a chance missed. They're still going in.
Yeah, good recovery. The woods just yet. He doesn't have the light cycle on this black. Nicely controlled. Now, what he needs here is a tight cue ball, just for 5 or 6 shots. So drop the stress level.
I thought that third session of the World Final was as bad and good as you'll see coming out. Just 1 frame ahead of Selby and basically blasting him off the table
38.
for 4 frames and gaining a good lead going into the night. I know Selby came back, you almost expect that, but it was pretty awesome stuff. As indeed, of course, was the comeback against O'Sullivan and causes. But anyway, all that's in the past. It's back the here and now. It's about trying to level this match.
45.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open. Перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Вафейн, Марк Джой, Джим Кехіл, Лука Берцель, Марк Джей Вільямс, Ю Трам, Роні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стівен Хендрі,
62.
Енді Хікс, Девід Гілберт, так матч грається 7 фреймів, початок першого фрейма.
Frame ball
69.
disappears. It's good to hear that he's been on the practice table. So just getting back to doing what you should be doing, day in, day out, do your
Так,
practice.
Марк Девіс забуває червоний
Because if
шар
you don't
в ліву
practice
ближню
for
лузу,
any length of
вихід на
time,
розовий шар.
you then go into matches and things start going wrong, which they have been generally this season. Then you start wondering why. It's quite simple. Just, you know, keep working hard. You go through ups and downs. Every player does. That's just natural. Keep working hard. Keep doing the right things, and eventually it will come good. As it has in the past, he's never been that consistent.
Вихід на чорний шар.
He's always been one of those players that will have his moments. When they're
84.
good, they're very, very good. Like a couple of years ago, you runner-up and then win the following week.
Так, Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон
One thing
і
is
Марк
very
Девіс.
watchable in this
Скотт
break. It's been
Дональдсон
at times a bit
четвертий в рейтингу,
unconventional,
Девіс
but
58.
kept it going nicely.
І грається турнір Ірландія
Now
Open.
eyeing the century.
Перший раунд
This rate will be
кваліфікації.
the key ball for that, I
В
guess, now.
цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Мафейн,
91.
Марк Джой, Джон Кехіл, Лука Берцель, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трам, Роні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стів Хендрі, Енді Хікс,
96.
Девід Гілберт,
97.
Well, he plays his own brand of snooker, and when it clicks, it's great to watch. The century,
так майже грається
it's
сім'я
been breathtaking, it's been brilliant, it's been Brecel.
102.
Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу, вихід на розовий шар.
105.
Yeah, it's plain to see. The one thing you would never change with Luca is the fact that he plays, and it looks like he's having fun. Never ever lose that. But having fun and working hard go hand in hand. So as long as he's putting in the hard work, we'll see more of this, is what we all
Так,
want
Девіс
to
забирає
see.
53 очка в першому фреймі,
Terrific break.
вихід на чорний шар.
Yeah, started with that plant, got everything open, a couple of hurdles to get over early on, but he kept it going, and that is more like it from the world champion. Fantastic total clearance of 127 to level up at one each. Yeah, that was great viewing, wasn't it? And plenty more great viewing, of course, to come in a lot of the other matches. This is the bottom half, which includes the 7 times record-holding UK champion, Ronnie O'Sullivan, against Anthony McGill. The winner of that plays Robert Milkins or Tepchara New. That might not take long, that one. John Higgins is up against Joe O'Connor. Neil Robertson looking for form, former champion, of course, 3 times in the UK Championship. Tough one against Show You Long. Tonight, the big match is Sean Murphy against Hossein Vafai, and also on table 2, Ali Carter and Matt Selt. And in the top half, of course, we've already had some results here. Wins for Ding, for Ford, Williams and Jamie Clark. Mark Selby, Mark Joyce. The winner to play Barry Hawkins or Ben Wollaston. Jack Lazowski will take on Jamie Jones, Judd Trump, Pang Chung Ju, so it could be Trump Lazowski in the second round. Well, a typically dashing break, that total clearance of 127. Luca Brecel's 8th century of the season, and that will get him going. The first frame was the polar opposite, but that was more like it, and his many fans in Belgium and beyond. Let's hope that that's the start of a sustained performance here this afternoon.
Second and third frame, Luca Brecel to break.
Referee Martil there must be a thrill for him as well. Refereeing his fellow Belgian superstar. Olivier from Belgium. Great to, well, always great to have him here. One of our very, very best referees. Has done the final at Sheffield. Happens, you're playing off the edge of the pack, you'd think all the reds would go to the right, springs left on you.
One.
I played Yuan myself a couple of times, and he looks quite manufactured as a player, but you see the cue action there, looks a little bit short and a bit jerky and a bit, you know, it doesn't flow the way Lucas does, but hidden in behind that, he's very gifted. The smartest player, but he's very, very talented as a ball striker.
Yeah, he also seems a little immune to reputation. He's got a long list of scalps, people like Ding and John Higgins, Mark Williams, Kyron, all sorts of players he's beaten when he wasn't favoured to. So maybe playing the world champion, you know, for him is just another match.
It's a smart shot, so the black's now going to be in open play.
90.
This has become a good chance, this, to put together
Так зараз
a
огляд
big
матчу, в
number.
якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open, перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Мафейн, Марк Джой, Джим Кехіл, Лука Берцель, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Ронні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стівен Хендрі, Andy Hicks.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of scoring this season, 18 centuries already. He only made 8 last season, so something has clicked during this campaign.
27.
That includes 5 in the qualifiers, where he played 2 matches just last week.
Так матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого
Qualified
фрейму.
for the Scottish Open, so he'll be there in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, just talking about, you know, he's not the smartest player. That was a case in point. The black off the spot there was a poor one.
28.
He shouldn't have been that awkward. And this is going
Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу.
not so much
Потім на
awkward, but
розовий
he's
шар.
got to play a nice shot here to get tight to a red.
Так, дальній удар Девіса.
And it's gone wrong. It's just a couple of shots ago. He's got a black off the spot. You've got to play on at least 3 of the reds. He played on 1 and he landed awkward on the 1.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому
That's
фреймі.
probably the kind of thing that's holding
Вихід
him
на
back.
чорний шар.
Not making inroads, say, towards the top 32. Recovery needed.
Це огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт
Like I say,
Дональдсон
talent's
у
not in
четвертій
question.
рейтингу,
It's
Девіс
just the odd time
58.
the shot selection
І грається
is
турнір
questionable.
Ірландія Open, перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Вафейн, Марк Джой, Джим Кехіл, Лука Берцель, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Ронні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стівен Хендрі, Енді Хікс, Девід Гілберт,
37.
Так матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму.
38.
Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу. Вихід на розовий шар. Так, дальній удар Девіса.
45.
The thing is, as well, you having to go up and play, blue and a couple of greens and things like that.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі.
At least one of the 5 reds that
Вихід
don't
на чорний шар.
go at the moment. With that shot, though, so he should get it the 2 blacks that he's after. 67.
$52. $59.
Так, і Девіс виграє перший фрейм і веде в цьому матчі з рахунком
60.
1-0. Так, початок другого фрейму.
Yeah, so we're back to where we were in frame 1 with Brecel, as it stands now, being able to tie. Albeit in that frame, the balls were not in nice positions. This is slightly different. You could do with this in. Yep, so that should be 2-1. Well, that blue wasn't really in the same postcode as the pocket there, but
Yuan Sijun,
he's done the
68.
damage you would feel 3 snookers needed. 4 snookers needed. The free ball could come into it, I guess, on the last red. Noticeable he played on in the first frame needing snookers. I think maybe he feels he needs to spend a little bit more time at a snooker table right now and just make things tough, which of course is what it's all about.
Yeah,
so as ever, in bulk, but not too far. So players do try to get it. Just the other side, he's just come the wrong side of the bulk line. But it still asks the question of Yuan as far as the free ball is concerned. Yeah, this is the play with the rest. This is the shot. As long as you get within the confines of in between green and brown, with pace to just about reach ball cushion, you can't leave a free ball. I don't know why he played it at that pace, because this could be a free ball if it runs.
Luca Brecel 4. And a free ball.
It's a bad mistake. It really is a bad mistake. You cannot play at that pace. He's got 2 or 3 feet shy of that pace to play with, where it can't be a free ball.
Bramble.
Okay, Luca can't win the frame of this visit, but he can certainly put Yuan in some trouble.
Yes, I know he only needs 1. People have said, quite a few people have said, oh, you shouldn't be allowed to play him for snookers, it's a waste of time. Well, it's not supposed to be easy, it's supposed to be tough, and Luca Brecel will do his best to make it tough now.
Грається турнір Ірландія Open.
Luca Brecel 6.
Yeah, well done. Can't have everything. Of course, the red being near a cushion makes it a bit easier to hit, but it's far from a certainty. This has been a problem of Yuan Sijun's own making. The pace on the shot, the initial escape was all wrong. The shot choice was perfect, but you have to be non-negotiable on things like leaving a free ball in the position he was in.
Так матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму.
Now the miss here is to the left of the red as we see it. Side cushion and still miss the red. That's the miss. Well done. Very well done. Time like the present, might as well get the red black while he can.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар. Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open. Перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Мафейн, Марк Джой, Джин Кехіл, Luca Brecel, Mark J. Williams, J. Trump, Ronnie O'Sullivan, Mark Selby, Joe Higgins, Tim Hendry, Andy Hicks, David Gilbert, так матч грається з 7 фреймів, початок першого фрейму. Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу, вихід на розовий шар. Так, дальній удар Девіса. Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
Lost a little bit of control with the exchange. Well, we'll take it all day long, I guess, under pressure. So, back to 2 snookers needed.
1-0. Так, початок другого фрейму.
Well, he dodged a Belgian bullet there, didn't he, Yuan Sijun? He left that free ball. Things could have got very sticky, but the fluke yellow, good green. Surely his frame after all. But he had to earn it.
No.
Good 68 initially. And that he's maybe getting a little bit of the frustration out of his arm. Terrific blue. Bearing in mind the blue he missed earlier to that yellow pocket. Relief. For Yuan Sijun, goes back in front here in York. With 1 frame to come before the mid-session interval, he leads Luca Brecel by 2 frames to 1. So that's what's happening on this table. Next door, Zhang Anda about to go 2-1 up against Elliot Slessor, who won the first frame. But Zhang, well, on an all-time high right now, having won the International Championship, which is a huge event in China. He played a great match of the Champion of Champions. He lost 4-3 on the black to Ding, having made a brilliant clearance in that match to keep it alive. And you can just see he's loving life at the moment, and why not? He's been, I guess, a bit of a journeyman for a few years, but my word, he's come good this season. And of course, whoever wins that match will play Brecel in the last 16. Discovery Plus has Table 2 coverage throughout the championship. Alan myself tonight will be commentating on Ali Carter and Matt Sell. So Yuan Sijun survived a bit of anxiety at the end of that frame, but he had made a good 68 initially to get to the snooker's required stage. Luca Brecel, of course, in frame 2 made a dash of 127 total clearance, 2-1. 1 frame to come before the interval. First to 6 reaches round 2 of this UK Championship. Luca Brecel was runner-up 2 years ago. Yuan Yuan Sijun, this is the best he's done in this tournament, reaching the round of the last 32. Big crowd in again here at the Barbican. Ready for frame 4.
Second, fourth frame. Yuan Sijun.
Yeah, that was played.
One.
Right, blackout commission, unfortunately, but he's got perhaps a nice angle on green. Cool shot, that wasn't it? Plant cannon. So, he's got a couple of reds to land on there, but of course the blackout of commission. That's a double zone job to create a decent chance.
Six.
Yeah, pink's no good, it's got to be blue. Never say never when Luca's around.
11.
Так зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open, перший раунд кваліфікації.
Again, it's again a Luca Brecel.
17.
Марк Джой, Джон Кехіл,
Sort of break this, isn't it?
Лука Берцел, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трам, Роні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стів Хендрі, Енді Хікс,
18.
Oh, it's nice.
David
He's got
Gilbert.
the two cushion natural into the reds, or does he go direct at full pace? It's two cushions.
Так матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму.
23.
He's all in, isn't he? The way he plays, he's always trying to kill frames off.
Ліву ближню лузу. Вихід на розовий шар.
First chance he gets, getting everything into play. That's what makes him such an enjoyable player to watch.
Так, дальній удар Девіса.
Again there, I mean, there were reds in play already. He didn't have to play that shot, but he saw the chance to get more into play.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
The pink is the prize position. Pink spot. They're in the open, and he's played that lovely.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open, перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Мафейн, Марк Джой, Джон Кехіл, Luca Brecel, Mark J. Williams, J. Trump, Ronnie O'Sullivan, Mark Selby.
It feels like he's sort of done the glamour stuff. Now it's the boring stuff, isn't it? Just try and put the frame away.
Andy Hicks.
Tight control, that cue ball, and get himself to 2-2 at the interval.
David Gilbert.
37.
Так матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму.
One of the things he's been surprised about is just how many people now recognise him. He's always been quite a quiet guy, Luca, like a lot of the players are. Sort of minding his own business, and suddenly wherever he is in the world, people are coming up to him and want to share their stories of watching him win the title. But it takes a bit of adjusting.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
Just Kevin spoiled it, or can he just get through? If he can get through, he's okay. No problem playing on pink. Yes, that's a sigh of relief. We often talk about the fourth frame, the big frame. Been doing some number crunching recently, actually, just on the Masters, which is coming up in 6 weeks' time or so. Obviously, best of 11s. The history of the Masters, just to give you an idea, 3-1 behind at the interval, only wins 23% of the time.
Так, і Девіс програє перший фрейм і веде в цьому матчі з рахунком 1-0.
Will be 2-2.
Так, початок другого фрейму.
What a break it's been. Even when he got into nice position on about 30 or 40, it's still been a bit of an adventure, but keeping it going admirably. Playing nicely.
63.
The red for 2-2. 2 frames he's won, he's done in a very dashing fashion. But he's looking good, actually. You know, I did that match in Tianjin with Mark Davis. He was very rusty, I thought. He was outplayed by Barry Hawkins at the Champions, who was match sharp where Luca wasn't. But there's good signs here. The way he's won these 2 frames, the way he's battled in the other 2, trying to get the snookers as well. He's clearly up for this today, trying to kickstart the campaign. Yuan Sijun put together a good 68 in frame 3, but it's going to be level at the interval. The chance, of course, for a second century.
$76. $82. $83.
This break's been more cannons than an armada. Brilliant to watch. There's another one. Well, 2. Let us down now.
88.
Yeah, brilliant stuff.
89.
Yeah, I think the good sign is he looks confident in his own game here. It's a tough match this, but 2 frames he's won. He's played brilliant in green and brown then for a second ton.
99.
Yeah, terrific stuff from the world snooker champion, Luca Brecel. Flashbacks to Sheffield in the spring here. He didn't make it easy for himself there either, but he got the job done. And in the 2 frames he's won, he's made century breaks here.
Foul.
127 in frame 2, 108 here in frame 4. Luca Brecel goes to the interval with Yuan Sijun, all square.
Frame 5.
But it's 2-2.
Luca Brecel to break.
Yesterday we had some very close matches. 3 of the 4 went to deciding frame finishes.
Nice opening pot, just about on the brown. Is he going to play into the bunch full pace? Deciding to pick them off. You never quite know with Luca. But good to see him, and such good touch. Without fault in the first half of this match, but he's shown us more than enough that evidence that he's been, as he said pre-match, on the practice table. Some evidence of that.
30.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open, перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Мафейн, Марк Джой, Джон Кехіл, Лука Берцел, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Ронні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стів Хендрі, Енді Хікс, Девід Гілберт,
Luca Brecel,
Except
90.
the break was over, but made a nice safety. Yeah, I think there are good signs. The problem these days, of course, is you can play really well and not win. But Brecel so far has been, apart from that first frame, which wasn't great, it's been pretty impressive, I think. Just in his general manner, and obviously the 2 centuries speak for themselves.
Марк забиває фінішер в ліву ближню лузу, вихід на розовий
2 frames he didn't win, he played on for snookers. It's like, okay, it's back to work now. We're going to get stuck in, we're going to try make things as difficult as we can for our opponent. Big week, really. If he can get on a run here at the UK Championship, then obviously it starts to turn things around. And that Players' Series, it's a big thing, that 3 tournaments, all based on the 1-year list, but he needs points, clearly, to get in the first of them.
Девіс набирає стрілочка в першому фреймі. Вихід на
Tournament
чорний
did get to
шар.
the final of this season, Shanghai, which is a massive event, but not a ranking tournament invitation.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open, перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Вафейн, Марк Джой, Джим Кехіл, Лука Берцель, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Роні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стів Хендрі, Енді Хікс,
that type of shot, thick being the enemy. It's another decent chance now for Luca. He's been frozen out at the moment as Yuan.
Так матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму. Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу. Вихід на розовий шар. Так, дальній удар Девіса. Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
Tricky shot with the spider. Yeah, the straight red. Okay, it would be on the black, but he wouldn't be close to it. Black would be a nasty little shot. Nicely played, bullied it in. It's not just the
40.
breaks that Luca puts together when he's in good touch. He's been doing so far in this match. It's the way that he does it. He's intimidating in a different way to some of the others. He doesn't have your textbook technique, all that sort of stuff. It's a flick of the wrist and a swish of the cue, and the cue ball's on a journey. Quite a lot, but he keeps it going, and that's intimidating to play against. Does have a red in the middle, the one by the pink. But again, cue ball just travelling a bit too far.
Brecel 50.
Playing the check side shot, but he's got to keep the red away from that left corner. Did well actually to inject enough pace in it to get the red back across. That's what Luca can do, in and out of bulk. So you'd say it was a shot to something.
Yeah, he's in a line of great shot makers, isn't he? Who can make things happen. Suddenly, out of nowhere, he's in. Pleasure of interviewing Ray Reardon in the summer, 6 times world champion in the 1970s, and he watched Luca win the world championship, and he said he'd never seen anything like it. Now, if he says that, the amount of players he's played and seen over the years, then it's worth listening to.
11.
So, golden chance here to take the lead for the first time. Got a sort of confident air about him today, which is good to see.
Wasn't the best shot he's ever played if the black doesn't go to the same pocket.
Так зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон у 4-й районі, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open, перший раунд кваліфікації. Тож на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Мафей, Марк Джой, Джон Кехіл, Лука Берцель, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Роні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Тім Хендрі, Andy Hicks.
Yeah, that's not so much that again. That wasn't a bad shot. A few shots ago, it jumps the black and goes high on the red, which was no good.
Так матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму. Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу, вихід на розовий шар. Так, дальній удар Девіса. Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар. Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open, перший раунд кваліфікації. Тож на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Мафей, Марк Джой, Джон Кехіл, Лука Берцель, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Роні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Тім Хендрі, Енді Хікс, Девід Гілберт, так матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму. Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу, Вихід на розовий шар.
One shot. There's going to be spreading reds around here, so got to be careful.
Так, дальній удар Девіса.
That is a bad mistake, and it probably cost them the frame. Just about get through to it. Tight though.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
Maybe not actually. It's one of those, it looks very close there, but we're not absolutely level with the shot. The lower the camera would go, you'd see less and less of it. You see, I mean, we're sort of looking not down on it, but not exactly horizontal.
So it's not been a clean kill like the other two frames he won, but he should surely now win it all the same.
Так, і Девіс виграє перший фрейм і веде в цьому матчі з рахунком 1-0. Так, початок другого фрейму.
Years ago when he reached the final, he won one match that really stands out, the semi-final against Karen Wilson. He made 4 centuries. It was just a wonderful match from both players, actually. Karen played great as well. As Alan said, he lost the final, but then went straight to Llandudno and won that tournament. Literally the next day he had to travel. Just got on with the next event, beat John Higgins in the final. World Championship wasn't completely out of the blue. Obviously, he'd never won a match at the Crucible, that was the thing, but he'd won tournaments, he'd become a top 16 player. Everyone knew how dangerous he was. It was just a question of could he marshal it all for 17 days. Red stays out, but the damage has been done. It was a bittier frame than the other two he won, but Luca Brecel has secured it. So for the first time this afternoon, the Belgian is in front here in York. He leads Yuan Sijun 3-2. Remember, 6th the target for place in the last 16. Now they're back out on table 2 between Zhang Anda and Elliot Slesser. 2-2. Resuming as well at the interval, and look at this table. The Reds have sort of gone south for winter, it would seem. Strange old table, but every frame is different in snooker. It's all the challenge. It's not sloping, by the way. It's just how the frame has panned out. I guess a Red went down there early on. They started playing the safety, and that's where they've all ended up. Slesser's fought through the qualifiers, of course. Zhang Anda now ensconced as a top 16 seed. Table 2 is live on Discovery Plus throughout the tournament. Dominic Dale will be loving this frame. Have plenty to say. He's commentating over there, Dom, with Philip Studd. Day 2 of the televised phase of the UK Snooker Championship. Luca Brecel, the world champion, leads Yuan Sijun 3-2. And of course the action will continue this evening. Sean Murphy is saying before is the glamour match on table 1. That with you for, well, the studio build-up with from 6:45 UK time, 7:45 CET. That is going to be tasty, I think, to big occasion players. And we're on table 2. 7 o'clock start, 8 o'clock CET. The only way is Essex for Ali Carter and Matt Sell. That'll be live on Discovery Plus. Just waiting for Yuan Sijun to return. Brecel's been the more fluent of the two. That speaks for itself with the centuries. That last frame sort of lost his way, but got another chance. Could be up to Yuan Sijun to up his own game now. He's going to come through. His pot success is down at 83%. Highest rate 68. These are numbers you feel going to have to go up. Because as I say, Brecel is looking confident today. Another big crowd in. And it'll be the case all week. Ronnie, I saw he's up on Tuesday. Judd Trump tomorrow. Tuesday is when the first round will be completed.
Thank you, frame 6. Yuan Sijun.
So it's 3-2, Brecel in front for the first time.
Ball. I'm not sure if he's left the one ball. Well, he has. Perhaps it was the slate line. Just caught there. Yeah, of course there are 5 slates on a billiard table. Of course you can't have 4 because the middle line across the blue spot would be one of the slate joints.
Mark Joyce, Jim Cahill, Luca Brecel, Mark J. Williams, J. Trump, Yuan Sijun, Mark Selby, Joe Higgins, Tim Hendry,
ready to start really motoring in this match.
Hicks.
Full pace, red's going to be spread. Get the pot though.
David Gilbert.
Oh wow. Well, he's a bit fortunate, you could say, to be on the black, but we'll give him a pass. He deserved something. What a pot.
Like a wrecking ball, wasn't it, that white going through the reds?
Yeah, Brand Brecel is in full cry here.
12.
As we've said already, now it's about just trying to keep a bit of control. He's forced his way in. Keep it going.
Thank you. 13.
Yeah, that's why he's so watchable, isn't
Так, Девід забирає 53 першим фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
Completely his fault, but it looked like an innocuous little shot. And then a couple of minutes later, Luca's got the reds everywhere, black off the spot. He's so difficult to play against, intimidating.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open. Перший раунд кваліфікації.
21.
Тож на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Мафейн, Марк Джойс, Джим Кехіл, Лука Бrecel, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Ронні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Тім Хендрі, Енді Хікс,
28.
Девід Гілберт, так матч грається з 7 фреймів.
29.
Початок першого фрейму. Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу. Вихід на розовий шар. Так, дальній удар Девіса.
34.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі.
35.
Вихід на чорний шар.
Premium on his cue ball control, blue and green. Commission.
40.
Так, і Девіс виграє перший фрейм і ведеться в матчі з рахунком 1-0. Так, початок другого фрейму.
Good thing about it,
45.
3 reds obviously that go to this right corner, no problem. That shot again just probably caught the slate line. Roughly, it's just north of halfway between pink and black spot, that line.
Tougher than it could have been. Luca Brecel over the other red. It's not there. He kind of had a rueful look as he walked around to play that. He knew he'd made it tougher than it should have been. Saw yesterday Ding make a couple of really important clearances against Mark Allen. Yuan Sijun sat in his chair, looked very likely to go 4-2 down. These are the frames can make big differences, one that you really should have lost. But you still.
Sijun 11.
A bit of a heavy contact, but either way, he's given Luca a chance to wrap this frame up now. 47 in front. Red did leave the bed, so I'll give him a pass on that one.
So black, and then he'll need one more red. Just checking that on the scoreboard. Well, things conspired against Yuan Sijun a little bit in this frame. But Brecel is playing the better snooker of the two as well. Looks the more confident. But snookers, he's going to be 2 frames in front. Brown safe.
Luca Brecel
46-point lead. One snooker needed, but ball's awkward here.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open, перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Лафейн, Марк Джой, Джим Кехіл, Лука Берцель, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Ронні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стівен Хендрі, Енді Хікс, Девід Гілберт, так матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму. Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу, вихід на розовий шар.
All ages here today. Enjoying
Так, дальній удар Девіса.
the snooker. Sijun, I suspect, not enjoying this frame very much.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
So, no centuries or theatrics, but it's about getting to 6. And he's made his move here. He's 2-1 down. This is 3 on the spin.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open, перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Лафейн,
The one event he came good in
Mark
this season
Joyce,
was
Jim
Shanghai, which was
Cahill,
very much like this. The 2 tables,
Luca
the big
Brecel,
crowd,
Mark Jay
big
Williams, Jay
prestige.
Trump, Ronnie O'Sullivan,
That sort of
Mark
environment
Selby,
we know from Sheffield
Joe
appeals to him.
Higgins, Steve Hendry, Енді Хікс,
50.
Девід Гілберт, так матч грається з 7 фреймів.
Another one on the board
Початок першого
for
фрейму.
Luca Brecel,
15 and the frame.
who motors on to a 4-2 lead. So Yuan Sijun, a big 7th frame coming up for him. He's trying to stay in touch with the world champ, who is just 2 away from victory.
Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу. Вихід на розовий шар.
Yeah, as I say, frame 7. Clearly a big one. Yuan Sijun made just one substantial break, really. 68 in frame 3. He's had chances since then, but the last 3 frames he's only scored 20 points. Total. Well, actually 22, but that's not much better.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі.
Of course, there's a lot of matches still to be played in round 1 here at the Barbican in York. This is the bottom half where these two are. It's still 2-2, Zhang Anda and Elliot Slesser. Winners play each other. We've got Ronnie O'Sullivan there, John Higgins. They play actually on either side of the arena on Tuesday afternoon. Neil Robertson looking for results this season badly. He's up against Shoyu Long. Sean Murphy up tonight, Ali Carter up tonight. Some big hitters there. And of course in the top half we've already had wins for Ding, Tom Ford, Mark Williams, Jamie Clark. The likes of Selby, Hawkins, Lazowski and Trump also in that half of the draw. Some big matches to come. Four-2 it is to Luca Brecel, who just taking control of this match. He's won the last 3 frames, 22 points scored in them by Yuan Sijun. Had a few mishaps in that last frame, some of them out of his control, but Brecel has looked very solid overall. He's gone for his shots, he's tried to win frames in one visit. Some of that confidence returning, it would seem. He did say, didn't he, to Rachel in the interview how much he loves coming to York, and that's something you hear pretty much from everybody. Sort of venue where you want to spend a week playing snooker.
Thank you, frame 7. Luca Brecel.
So Brecel trying to get to the brink of victory here in frame 7.
Unusual shot that, isn't it, at that pace and not using a cushion. You really see it. Nice angle on the black. Can he get second red to the right? Yeah, he could. Great shot. And that's not the worst. So his cue ball so far, you see that again. Cannon using the side cushion deliberately. His cue ball hasn't been under close control generally in this match. Needs it here. Yeah, that's better. Played that nicely, quietly, and to lose the cue ball there. So this is a big visit for Yuan. It's easy to be intimidated by the way that Luca goes about his business. All action style. Cue ball around the table while he's knocking all sorts of different shots in. You better wrap yourself up in your own game and believe what you've got yourself. It's really neat and tidy. The softness and cannon on the pink here. Send it towards its own spot. His cue ball hasn't been good enough.
22.
Sounds quite harsh, but that's the standard you've got to get to. Still on one, but shaking the head, not happy.
Well, that make him feel good. He wouldn't have wanted to have to play that, but he's knocked it in. to keep going. And then he misses the brown. Wow.
Yuan Sijun, 23.
So very inconsistent performance here from Yuan Sijun. Just as he played the great recovery pot, he misses a much easier brown.
Yeah, that won't do. It's nice to say, but it's not good enough.
What?
At this level, you've got to find a way of settling back in. You've been out of the match for 2 or 3 frames. There's an art to just finding a way back in the match by getting the basics right. That was a basic pot missed. There are players in the game, not saying you as one of them, but they struggle when they get to centre stage. For whatever reason, the players around the tour, they're more comfortable playing at the qualifiers in cubicles with not that many people watching. You want to make inroads towards the top end of the game, you've got to get comfortable in this sort of atmosphere, which obviously Luca is no problem.
9.
Yeah, and that's why, as I say, I was at the qualifiers. There was a lot of talk there, understandably, about the fact that the players would be red hot coming through, you know, had good matches under their belt, but it's a different environment. It's relatively anonymous there. This is packed, going out live around the world on television. You've got to perform under all that pressure if you're going to get anywhere.
Так зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон,
And that's why I thought Jamie Clark was superb last night, because that's what he did.
Грається турнір,
Turned it around against Kyron, almost playing on instinct, just ignoring the environment, just playing his game. Not easy to do.
Марк Джой, Джон Кехіл, Лука Берцель, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трам, Ронні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стів Хендрі, Енді Хікс, Девід Гілберт, Так матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму. Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу. Вихід на розовий шар.
Very good at feeling at your best in front of a big crowd, but other players obviously say who does enjoy the big crowd is Judd Trump. He actually was playing in some outside tables of late the last year or so, partly because of Luca Brecel being the world champion, taking centre stage, and rightly so, but you can bet that Judd be thinking, hold on a minute,
Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі.
almost every match.
Вихід на чорний шар.
33. 34.
Just looking at
Так
how
зараз
these reds
огляд
might
матчу, в
open.
якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open. Перший раунд кваліфікації. На цьому турнірі
He's given himself every chance to
Mark
plough on to a
Joy,
5-2
Jim
lead,
Cahill,
and he's been put under
Luca
really less
Brecel,
and less
Mark
pressure
J.
by his
Williams,
opponent as
Jay
well.
Trump, Ronnie
But he's missed the
O'Sullivan,
red,
Mark Selby,
so he's got the reds open,
Joe
has
Higgins,
not
Steve Henry,
this time capitalised.
Luca Brecel, 41.
Енді Хікс, Девід Гілберт, так матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму. Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу. Вихід на розовий шар. Так, дальній удар Девіса. Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
Contact, but you all just about made the journey, but not easy to fashion a good angle on the next colour. Probably through to the high black in the same pocket. Told us, so get the rest out. It's one of these, some players are comfortable. If he can reach it, then that's all good. So he can play the aggressive shot if he wants to, on the left-hand red as we see it. I just think he's picking the wrong shot there. He's sort of, he didn't play any. He's going to just play on it.
Девіс виграє перший фрейм і веде в цьому матчі з рахунком 1-0. Так, початок другого фрейму.
Struggling.
Yuan Sijun, 50.
Yeah, and this is where the big stage is a disadvantage, because all eyes on you. It's like the pockets are shrinking if you're low in confidence.
Luca Brecel 1.
The height of ambition, that one, wasn't it? But I think partly the reason he tried something sort of Hollywood there was, I think, look, it's not been disrespectful at all, but I think he feels like Yuan's not going to hurt him.
Certainly this passage of play here is going to be critical for Yuan Sijun if he loses the battle here and loses the frame. I know we saw a lot of comebacks last night, but it's going to take something special for him, the way he's feeling right now, to turn this round.
Towards the red. Not quite. He doesn't quite have the shots in his armoury that Luca does. So, yeah, there's nothing in it. Way to run in this crucial frame 7.
Yuan Sijun, 3.
shot, but he shouldn't have been allowed to play it. I've got to be honest, it was easy to get cover with green and blue, the previous shot by Yuan. Put care and attention into some of the finer details of the game, and this is what will happen. Beautiful shot. Touch, precision, vision. Had it all, that shot. He could leave the brown on. He's just probably wondering, if I don't get the snooker, will Yuan take the brown on?
Дональдсон, 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open, перший раунд кваліфікації.
See, if he doesn't get the snooker, does Yuan press? He's got the chance, and that's the worry for Luca there. I think he was under a wee bit of pressure because he knows this could be a one-shot deal. One good pot.
Andy Hicks.
Not easy. Looks like he's playing it though.
David Gilbert.
No, not this time. Maybe wise actually.
Just
Як матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму. Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу. Вихід на розовий шар.
It's a bad mistake by Luca.
Так, дальній удар Девіса.
Yuan Sijun needs all 4 balls here.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
That's not the best start.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open, перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Мафейн, Марк Джой, Джон Кехіл, Лука Бrecel, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Ронні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стівен Хендрі, Енді Хікс, Девід Гілберт, так матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму.
No problem. Twice across with the blue. Nestle onto that bulk cushion. Easy shot, this one, actually.
Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу. Вихід на розовий шар. Так, дальній удар Девіса. Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
Well, Brecel needs blue and pink. I think they're for Yuan Sijun.
Almost as if Luca just didn't want to accept that he couldn't get on the pink.
Так, і Девіс виграє перший фрейм і веде в цьому матчі з рахунком 1-0. Так, початок другого фрейму.
Okay, now what does he do? Does he play the cannon or do you play direct onto the pink? It's direct. Needs to slow up.
5.
Absolutely perfect. Well, not perfect, but if he wants to, it looks like he just off straight for the two-cushion run-through.
Well, he's been through the mill in this frame, but after all that, he's got the black to reduce the gap to 1, and then after that, who knows? It looked like Brecel was going to pull away here. It's a steal from Yuan Sijun. It took some winning, didn't it, that frame? But he has won it, and the match now a lot closer. Brecel leads only 4-3. That's table 2, 3-2 to Elliot Slessor. It was quite a lengthy fifth frame, but the qualifier there, Slessor's won it. Zhang Anda, we know he's tough as old boots. That could be quite a lengthy match now, I think. Wouldn't be surprised if it went all the way. It's live, however many frames there are on Discovery Plus, and the winner, of course, plays the winner of the match we're watching between Luca Brecel and Yuan Sijun. But 3-2 it is to Slessor. I guess, well, in theory, they're about halfway through. Not much in it in frame 6. Table 2, Zhang Anda trailing Elliot Slessor 3-2. Had a particularly lengthy fifth frame that Slessor won to edge back in front. Zhang, of course, playing his first ranking event as a member of the top 16 as a seeded player. But it's turned into a bit of a battle. It's live on Discovery Plus. All matches on the second table you can watch with full commentary from Philip Sturd and Dominic Dale on Discovery Plus. But in terms of table 1, of course, he's got a lot tighter. That black ball steal from Yuan Sijun. 4-3 it is, and it's quite a lengthy frame. Both players have left the arena. Of course, we're looking forward to this evening. Sean Murphy and the Samba 5 from 7:15 UK time. That's 8:45 CET with the studio build-up. We'll have the whole match live for you, of course, here and over on the other table on Discovery Plus. We've got the All-Essex battle between two great competitors in our sport, Ali Carter and Matt Sell. All smiles there, but how much smiling will be during the evening, we will see. Alan and myself looking forward to doing that one on Discovery Plus from 7 local time, 8 CET. But in terms of who's going to come through the match you're watching now, well, Brecel still, you have to say, playing the better snooker, but important frame to win for Yuan Sijun just to stay in touch. Brecel did have chances to put it away, didn't do so.
Frame 8, Yuan Sijun.
So it's 4-3. Brecel's lead has been reduced to a single frame. The question is, I think, can Yuan Sijun find a bit of fluency? I mean, it was very scrappy that last frame. If he can start making breaks, then he'll be a serious threat here.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open, перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Мафейн, Марк Джой, Джим Кехіл, Лука Берцель, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Ронні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стівен Хендрі, Енді Хікс, Девід Гілберт, так матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму.
It's not nature. It's not the nature of Luca to play in a sort of careful way.
Так, Марк Девіс забуває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу. Вихід на розовий шар.
He's going to be on his guard. Not seen the best, far from it from Yuan Sijun, but
Так,
there's
дальній
one
удар
behind.
Девіса.
He remains a big threat, obviously.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар. Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір
Already seen
Ірландія
just after
Open,
one day how hard these matches are
перший
to
раунд
actually
кваліфікації.
close out sometimes.
Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Мафейн, Марк Джой, Джим Кехіл, Luca Brecel, Mark J.
And I do think for the seeded players that the business with the ranking points must come into it.
Joe Higgins,
You
Steve
get nothing
Hendry,
at all if you lose the match
Andy Hicks,
in terms of points, but if you win it, you guarantee 15,000. So it's a massive
David
difference,
Gilbert,
especially when, like Brecel on the one-year list, you're low down.
Так матч грається з 7 фреймів.
Not far away from
Початок першого
some
фрейму.
value is getting to the semi-final of a home nations event, isn't it? You know, in terms of what the points points are worth. So we know what that takes. You've got to win 5 matches to get there.
Так, номер 9 забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу.
Struggling, but just offering up 1 or 2 chances too many. If Yuan Sijun can somehow just slip into gear for a frame or 2, this match is there for the taking. Good chance, this.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
Yeah, let's be honest, Alan. Yuan Sijun was there for the taking, wasn't he, in the last frame? He looked like he was sort of sinking into quicksand at one point. Couldn't do anything, really, but managed to wriggle free. Potting the last 3 balls, and, well, who knows now? We thought we knew the script yesterday in a few of the matches, and things turned around dramatically.
Так, і Девіс виграє перший фрейм і веде в цьому матчі з рахунком 1-0. Так, початок другого фрейму.
Thank you. 16.
Yes, he might choose here to put the pink on the black spot. So
70.
get the black itself, but of course you got to get top side of it, and he hasn't done, so again, they're just a small detail. You play for pink to right middle, the pink is on the black spot, and it's problem solved with no risk. Should still be okay. But I do think at times his shot selection is not as sage as perhaps a lot of other
23.
players we see. So he's still absolutely fine.
24.
That's poor. To be just the wrong side of straight. He's still got some options, but force the cue ball out somewhere. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good, that. He's now given himself maybe quite a serious problem. But the shot before, to land the wrong side of straight in the pink, was such a huge mistake. All of a sudden he's put himself under some pressure.
Yuan Sijun 44.
That's what happens. This game will never ever be easy. It won't it'll never be the case, but you can certainly make it a lot easier on yourself by just being a wee bit more careful. If we can find a good pot to right middle pocket. Maybe off and running again. Big shot. Yeah, brilliant. That's a great shot. And this game doesn't forgive. Not at this level. Simplest thing in the world. You play for the 2 reds, the one left corner, the one they want. It's the simplest thing. You've got to live that way as a snooker player. Yuan doesn't do it often enough.
9. $15. 16. 22.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open, перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн О'Фейн, Марк Джой, Джим Кехіл, Лука Бrecel, Марк Джей Вільямс, Трам, Ронні Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Тім Хендрі,
To deal with certainly the 2 reds below the black spot right now. I don't know if that was the smartest move by Luca.
Девід Гілберт,
30.
Так, матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму.
Might be playing the cannon on the red by the cushion here.
Так, Марк Девіс забуває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу. Вихід на розовий шар.
So the problem of his own doing there. He shouldn't have been playing with those 2 reds by the pink spot that early.
Дальній удар Девіса.
Luca Brecel 36.
Yeah, similar really from both sides. Both ran into trouble.
Так, Девіс набирає
trouble.
53 очка в першому фреймі.
So 7 points in it. You can see he's a bit fed up. Sensed a chance there to get on the counter attack. Sort of centuries and dazzling stuff. A bit of a distant memory right now. It's become a battle.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open, перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн О'Фейн, Марк Джой, Джим Кехіл, Лука Brecel, Марк Джей Вільямс, Трам, Ронні Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Тім Хендрі, Енді Хікс, Девід Гілберт, так, матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму. Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу. Вихід на розовий шар. Так, дальній удар Девіса. Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
To leave this sort of shot. But he started struggling. Luca, that was actually a really good chance because of the angle he would have had on the pink. Yeah, he's struggling.
Так, і Девіс виграє перший фрейм і веде в цьому матчі з рахунком 1-0. Так, початок другого фрейму.
Well, the red just yielded at the last moment. They're both struggling, really. But someone's got to win this frame. And if Brecel can scrape over the line, then obviously she's got that gap again, that 2-frame gap. Try and restore a bit of confidence. Work to do here, though.
Yeah, this ball very difficult. In fact, he's going to have to go deep screw with the cue ball. Ball pink, hopefully. Why he went that hard, mind you. The pink is half ball. From where the red's finished,
Luca Brecel 5.
you know, just a bit higher than that, he's got the half ball pink with access to those two reds. Why he played the full bore deep screw shot, I don't quite know. But anyway, Sijun's getting plenty of chances. Not cast iron ones, but half chances. Sooner or later, he'll start taking them. Now here is a decent chance if he wants to play the cannon on the tougher two reds. Looks natural. Great shot. Great shot.
He's fighting hard here. He's not played his best today, but what a chance then to level the match. So 18 in front, he needs yellow and green. To pull another one.
16.
Luca Brecel at 4-2 was a strong favourite. He was making the breaks, he was looking more confident, he was making fewer errors. But things have changed.
18.
He hasn't pressed on. Yuan Sijun without necessarily hitting the heights himself. Looks like he's going to make it all square. Yet another tight match here at this year's UK Championship. So it went wrong initially on 44. But he got the second chance. And that 43 is enough for Yuan Sijun to level up. It's now effectively a best of 3 for a place in the second round of this UK Championship. All square at 4-4.
Так зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й.
Wherever you look in this tournament, it's just very close, isn't it? 3-3 now on table 2. Zhang Anda and Elliot Slesser. Zhang winning frame 6 there. Yesterday we had 43 out of a possible 44 frames. These best of 11s, a lot of people have complained that it was cut from best of 17. They're long matches, you get more snooker with best of 11s. You know, you can have 11 frames. Obviously, the minimum would be 6, but you get very few 6-0s. You're probably guaranteed at least 8 or 9 frames. Whereas in a best of 17, the second session can, if it's one-sided, be 4 or 5. So you get your money's worth as a punter, and of course you get to see the finish as well. And we're set for 2 close finishes, both live on Discovery Plus.
Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу, вихід на розовий шар.
4-4 it is between Luca Brecel and Yuan Sijun. Brecel looked in control at 4-2, but we've seen this script before this tournament. We thought Mark Allen was in control against Ding. We thought Kyron Wilson was in control against Jamie Clark. We thought Nopin Sengam was in control against Tom Ford. Those matches all turned around. This one has as well. Possible 3 frames to play, and suddenly the pressure that we were talking about on Brecel's shoulders before the match began is coming to bear, isn't it? We'll see how he copes in the next couple of frames. But the 2 centuries, they were pre the interval. Since then, his highest break just 48. That's still higher than any breaks in that period that his opponents made. But the scrappier frames, it hasn't been closing out.
Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open. Перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грають Сіма Фейн, Марк Джой, Джон Кехіл, Лука Бrecel, Джей Вільямс, Джей Трам, Ронні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Енді Хікс,
Hussein, those beaten, of course, Mark Selby in each of the last 2 years here in York.
David Gilbert.
And on table 2 on Discovery Plus, it will be Ali Carter against Matt Selt. Here comes Yuan Sijun then. What's going to happen next?
Thank you. Frame 9. Luca Brecel to break.
So, Yuan Sijun has won the last 2. 4-4. With 3 possible frames remaining, everyone's settling down, wondering what's going to happen next here.
Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу.
Standard may have dropped, but because it's got closer and we're near the end of the match, obviously it's become a little more exciting.
Так, дальній удар Девіса. Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар. Так, і Девіс виграє перший фрейм і веде в цьому матчі з рахунком 1-0. Так, початок другого фрейму.
Yeah, as they get a good cue ball now. Red waiting, it's on from easy. Chance now from Luca to just slip past the right half of the brown and cover the left half of the table if he wants to. Might not be on the angle actually, so. Miss the brown in the right half of it. Quite manage it. Moment, Yuan Sijun not in control of the match, but looks the more likely of the two. Needs cover. Needs cover. This time.
Can he get back on the front foot? You know, he was pretty dazzling earlier on, pre-interval 2 centuries, playing the Crucible brand of snooker. Can he get back to that?
One.
It looked like that might have gone wrong initially, but he's okay.
red spread, but he still has one. But there's hardly any middle pocket on offer. It's going to be a safety shot. Possibility a double, but I think the pot here, cue ball back towards this right half through the gap. Oh, that's a stunning shot. That's as good as a shot as anyone's played in the match so far. Brilliant. You see virtually nothing to aim at. He's as unpredictable as he has brilliant.
Так зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open. Перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Мафейн, Марк Джой, Джим Кехіл, Luca Brecel,
I reckon when we get to the new year, he'll start to hear the word crucible curse ringing in his ears. That's the old thing about no first-time winners defending the title. All that will be coming round the track. But there's a lot of snooker to play before then. This UK Championship, of course, is a prized tournament for everybody. Brecel's come close already, runner-up 2 years ago. Right now, he's just trying to get himself through to round 2, get those ranking points on board, build some confidence. He's a threat to anyone, clearly. This is an important first hurdle to clear. Good signs in this frame.
Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу, вихід на розовий шар.
By the way, there's no actual curse that we know of. It's just not happened yet. At some point it will.
Так, дальній удар Девіса.
35.
Yeah, but don't worry if there isn't one. We will invent one.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі.
It's true though.
Вихід на чорний шар.
It's also true. This is a bona fide chance now for Luca just to re-establish his own belief in this match. He's been in and out of form.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open. Перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Мафейн, Марк Джой, Джим Кехіл, Лука Бrecel, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Ронні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стів Хендрі, Енді Хікс, Девід Гілберт, так матч грається в 7 фреймі. Початок першого фрейму.
Because of the way that his technique is set up, the big sweep and cue action. Look at that. Blinding red again into
Так, Марк Девіс
middle
забиває
pocket
червоний
to
шар
set this
в ліву
chance
ближню
up.
лузу. Вихід на
It's never
розовий
going
шар.
to be the way with his cue because he doesn't play that way. His cue action isn't designed for that sort of thing.
Так,
He's
дальній
nearly
удар
here, nearly
Девіса.
home and dry in this frame. Two more reds and colours.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
64.
Well, I asked as he approached the first red, the long red, could he turn it on again? The answer's been yes.
65.
Red to middle kept it going. This black, Yuan Sijun knows he'll be 5-4 down. So Brecel has just stepped it up at the right time after losing the last two, both scrappy frames.
72.
Scrappy isn't really his thing, is it? It's this sort of snooker that he's known for.
73.
We've kind of missed seeing him. He didn't play in a couple of tournaments. Wuhan, Northern Ireland. You want to see the world champion. You want him to be visible, but not least because he's so great to watch. I loved seeing him at the Crucible. You want to carry that forward for the season ahead. Can he now make a third century?
'86.
As ever, he's going to go the adventurous route if he is. Well, the cue ball just about beat the red, but anyway, not to worry. 86 will do nicely. Exactly what he needed just to stop the rot and get back in front. Brecel needs one more for victory. He leads Yuan Sijun now in York by 5 frames to 4. So it was a key shot that he played in this frame. Very narrow angle into this middle pocket. Had to be absolutely precise. Control the position as well. And that was the key shot of the frame. Yeah, beautiful shot. And so suddenly, all is well again for Brecel. Still, of course, needs to close it out and put himself into the last 16 later in the week. I guess the concern for Yuan Sijun, he hasn't scored at all really. It's been bits and pieces. He had a 68 in frame 3, that's it really in terms of breaks, whereas Brecel's had the 2 centuries, that frame winning 86 as well. But it's still close. Day 2 of 9 here in York. In a week's time we'll be into the first session of the final. So much snooker to come before then. Luca Brecel hopes to still be here. Right now, just wants to get into round 2. He's 5-4 up on Yuan Sijun. He's just made an 86 break to get back in front, having lost the last 2. So it's over to Yuan Sijun.
Yuan Sijun to break.
To try and force what would be a 4th decider in 5 matches so far this year.
Luca Brecel.
Could not have gone worse, really, could it? So, left a chance at a long one.
Judge that nicely. Imagine it's worth a play on the pink here, the cannon. Half ball blue. A nice target, but yeah, it is a risk. He can play just plain ball if he wants to. Very unlucky not to leave an easy red. Might still have won to
6.
Right middle.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open, перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Офейн, Марк Джой, Джим Кехіл, Лука Бrecel, Марк Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Ронні Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стів Хендрі, Енді Хікс, Девід Гілберт,
Luca Brecel, 6.
Так, матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму.
Big shot, there's no hiding place. Guaranteed to leave something. Got to get the pot.
Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу. Вихід на розовий
Wide of
шар.
target. And this is a chance for Luca, a really good one to... I know it's very early in the frame, but pink spot
Так, дальній удар
in the
Девіса.
open onto all four pockets. Plenty reds to pick off.
1.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
Seven.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open, перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Офейн, Марк Джой, Джим Кехіл, Лука Бrecel, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Ронні Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стів Хендрі,
40.
Енді Хікс, Девід Гілберт,
15.
Так, матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму.
We know from Sheffield that Luca Brecel can
Це
find
Марк Девіс
inspiration,
забиває
and when he
червоний
does,
шар
he's
в
very
ліву ближню
dangerous.
лузу. Вихід на розовий шар.
Can he get on another roll here this week? The other thing about that
20.
Sheffield win, all the matches were close. Now this one has been, but he prevailed each time at the Crucible. Sort of death or glory snooker, wasn't it, all the way? That's what made it so compelling.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі.
28.
Вихід на чорний шар.
29. 34.
The easier of the two reds that he's on, he's going to just judge the cannon. It could go wrong. This is the last chance for Yuan Sijun. The hope that he loses his cue ball, which he has done badly.
36.
And again, you know, how can you be critical of the world champion? But that is, if he has a weakness, it's that. It's just being blasé about what appears to be quite a straightforward chance. It's not paying attention to small details like that. He shouldn't have been playing on that red. If he knows that he's going to have to play a risky cannon. Jimmy made a really good point in the mid-session. He kind of follows the cue ball around Luca rather than plan ahead. He's got to be 1 or 2 or 3 steps ahead of the cue ball rather than sort of following it around, so to speak. It was a good point that Jimmy made. It's gone completely wrong. A chance for Yuan to get back into it.
Luca Brecel, 36.
Went for broke, the percentage shot there, obviously to put a colour safe. He didn't, he went for broke, he didn't get it. He's handed the chance to Yuan Sijun. A bit of frustration there. Didn't accept the break was done. You could argue the other way, it's a chance to win the match, but he didn't pot it.
Going about it nicely then, first port of call, get back in the frame. Aspirations of winning it in one visit. Playing on blue, why he wouldn't play on pink there, I just don't know. Still okay. But not ideal. You see, it was actually easier to play on pink off that last red than blue. So he's giving himself a bit of work to do. Getting this cue ball spinning out of there. Over screw rather than under. This one, anything but short.
27.
Nicely played. If he's straight, you're unlucky because you almost try to be in a way. It's a wee bit unfortunate. But just about back in it.
minutes. Yuan Sijun, 33.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open. Перший раунд кваліфікації. Сьогодні на цьому турнірі
Just what he needed.
Марк Джой, Джин Кехіл, Лука Берцел, Марк Джей Вільямс, Дже Трам, Роні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стів Хендрі, Енді Хікс,
Cue ball under close control here, so can
Six.
play. So depending on the
Девід
angle he has,
Гілберт,
screw shot in between the red and cushion. He's topping it through.
Так, матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму.
Plan B and played it nicely. Didn't try to get the cue ball into open play as much there. Just stroked it in. Now then, the way you want to play this shot is actually 2 cushions rather than 1. Play it 1 cushion.
Так,
You
Марк
can land
Девіс
behind the
забиває
black.
шар
So
в
you
ліву
played it
ближню
1
лузу.
cushion.
Вихід на
It's
розовий
not
шар.
the way to play it. Thankfully for him, he's missed
Luca
the
Brecel,
pint.
7.
But playing it from 2 cushions, it means off the second cushion the cue ball's
Then
going
you're
away
gonna
from
do so.
danger. So he's fortunate.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар. Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і
So
Марк
Brecel in
Девіс.
the driving seat, 20
Скотт
in front,
Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу,
That's
Девіс
red.
58-й.
which means
І
red,
грається
blue,
турнір Ірландія
yellow.
Open.
He wouldn't need the green.
Перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Мофейн, Марк Джой, Джин Кехіл, Лука Берцел, Марк Джей Вільямс, Дже Трам, Роні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стів
Again
Хендрі,
here, he's looking at the possible
Енді Хікс,
2 cushions and a speculative sort of half fluke almost into the yellow pocket. But don't try and reinvent the wheel with this shot. Put the red on the baulk cushion. Keep it away from green. Yeah, that's the shot. That's a good shot. Just keep the red away from the green. That's
Так,
all you've
матч
got to do
грається
there.
з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму.
Look to promote that, given the chance.
Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу.
Going side to
Вихід
side,
на
he
розовий
needs to
шар.
get the snooker, because if he doesn't, Luca's likely to put him in trouble. Good shot though.
Так, далі удар Девіса. Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
Yeah, no, I do think this is one where it's a dead weight. He's going to bring the black into play and park the red, fair enough, but if you play it dead weight, he's played a nice, good enough shot. You play it dead weight, you're bound to get the snooker. Looking here to try and promote the green. Cushion first, send the red in the journey. Behind it enough, but okay.
Девіс виграє перший фрейм і веде в цьому матчі з рахунком 1-0. Так, початок другого фрейму.
The gap that Luca has.
Foul. Luca Brecel 4.
He's shaking his head. Pot. Need a colour off the red. One good pot. You feel the match is over. But that's not it. Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Oh, wow. Where's Cruel? Okay, Yuan made the mistake in the first place, but the fact is Brecel missed that red and it still went in. Here we go again. Just needs the blue now for victory. Overall, though, there have been good signs here from Brecel. We've not seen that much of him this season. He's looking to kind of relaunch his campaign at one of the majors, the UK Championship, where he was runner-up here in York 2 years ago. 2 centuries before the interval, a good 86 in the 9th round, having lost 2 on the spin. The main thing is he's still here. If he's still here, he is a danger to anybody, and he's also a great draw for the crowd because he does play his own brand of snooker, and when it all clicks, he can beat anybody. We saw that, of course, at the World Championship. 2 snookers required for Yuan Sijun.
He's laughing because golden rule there: don't disturb the pink. That nice buffer, obviously, if 2 snookers needed. Pink should have been as it was. Decent chance for Yuan to get a snooker, but look, it goes on and wins, I think. It's been one of those occasions where largely it's not the ideal shot. Quite an easy hit this, but One of those where I think we've all been wondering, I think the spectator, what sort of performance are we going to get from Luca today? He probably was another one that was wondering himself. But there's been quite a bit to be enthused about. He'll be quite happy overall with the performance. But he can improve, obviously.
I think what's been encouraging is he's looked up for it. You know, he's not sort of, mind isn't, you know, elsewhere, thinking about world travels and all that. He's ready to play again. This match isn't done yet. There's that pink that you mentioned in a nice spot for Snookers, and he's in one.
Yeah, follow a golden rule earlier with that pink. There's another one here. Do not hit the black under any circumstances.
Скотт Дональдсон, 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open. Перший раунд кваліфікації. Сьогодні на цьому турнірі грають Хусейн Фейн, Марк Джой, Юан Сijun, Лука Берцель, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Ронні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стівен Хендрі, Енді Хікс, Девід Гілберт,
3.
Так матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму.
Yuan Sijun, 3.
The double kiss does give Brecel a chance here to finally put this away.
Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу. Вихід на розовий шар.
Okay, he's in one, but 33 in it, 18 on.
Так, дальній удар Девіса.
Well, that's how you get a snooker, Yuan. You just leave it to your opponent.
Так, Девіс набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
Luca Brecel, 4. Yuan
Yes,
Sijun,
no, Mr.
5.
Blue. He's sort of duty bound to continue. 2 snookers to tie.
Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Скотт Дональдсон і Марк Девіс. Скотт Дональдсон 44-й в рейтингу, Девіс 58-й. І грається турнір Ірландія Open. Перший раунд кваліфікації. Також на цьому турнірі грає Хусейн Фейн, Марк Джой, Джим Кехіл, Лука Берцель, Марк Джей Вільямс, Джей Трамп, Ронні О'Саліван, Марк Селбі, Джо Хіггінс, Стівен Хендрі, Енді Хікс, Девід Гілберт.
Well, that's got to be a help moving the black.
Так матч грається з 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму. Так, Марк Девіс забиває червоний шар в ліву ближню лузу. Вихід на розовий шар.
Almost don't do anything. Just play some sort of shot where you don't foul, basically.
Так, дальній удар
It's
Девіса.
fine. Quite a smart shot, actually. You think, oh, it's quite dangerous. Actually, it's the opposite. Putting you up next to the pink at distance. Devil's own job to get in behind it. It's a chance, though. Almost playing the in off
Так,
with the
Девіс
cue ball.
набирає 53 очка в першому фреймі. Вихід на чорний шар.
Well, now it becomes a lot harder. 2 on pink and black.
Sijun 5.
He's going to let him pot it.
Тоді Девіс виграє перший фрейм і веде в цьому матчі з рахунком 1-0.
Luca Brecel attempting to become the 7th player to complete the World and UK double in the same year has cleared his first hurdle. It wasn't all plain sailing by any means, but he did make some big breaks, 2 centuries before the interval, and 86 in the 9th frame after Yuan Sijun had fought back from 4-2 down.